Mhm. For all of those that thought they owned the electric grid, yeah. Mhm. The willful or malicious injury or destruction of any of the works, yeah. Radio, telegraph, telephone, or cable line, station, or system, yeah. Maliciously interferes in any way. Now, somebody said that you had to sew the electric grid in, but it would make it an actual crime. Oh. And the thought was, well, since the federal government paid for it, yes, you do have the right to maliciously interfere in or maliciously obstruct, hinder, or delay, yes, any and all communications. Now, we've had this problem of buying the phone. Yes, we have. Where I've tried to use the Frioli pin and you said, well, you're just not going to let me do it. Yes. And then you decided your family was going to take every cell phone. Right. And then you were going to maliciously interfere with or obstruct the use of any taxpayer funded utility. Now I'm going to want to sue you. Yes. Now, you do not have control of the electric grid. Uh-huh. And for all the family that said, well, we just got to amp ourselves up. Yes. You can't sew the electric grid into actual citizens. Yes. It does maliciously interfere with the transmission of electricity, broadband, and any and all other systems that have been paid for, yes, from the United States Treasury. Mhm. Now, I'm going to sue you for this, yes, because you've electrocuted me multiple times. Oh, and you thought it was really funny that you had the availability of controlling electricity, yes, when you yourselves didn't pay to have it installed. Pooch! Now, for all of those in the malicious family, yes, that are on the payroll that thought, well, as long as I come to find out, I'm going to do whatever they say. Anytime that you have interfered with any communication line, station or system that was grant based, poop, or you thought, well, we're going to have the federal government pay to install it. Yes. And then we're going to take the electric grid right now. We're going to sew it in. We're going to make sure they say what we want them to say because we can be on them anytime we want. Mhm. Um, I'm going to want you imprisoned for that. Now, why don't you get me every grant? Yes. That has been used to pay for? Yes. Any of the broadband in Clallam County? Yes. And all the locations where that's manufactured? Yes. And then for those that think it's funny taking the telephone line and moving it to different locations, yeah, why don't you give me all the grants that have been received from the United States Treasury for the installation of the telephone lines? Yes. And then for those of you that thought, well, we actually do own the internet, I've noticed that you've been moving it to different locations when I've been trying to use it. Sometimes it seems like it's really slow, really, really slow. Now, all of this infrastructure that's paid for from the United States, yes, I'm going to want you sued and imprisoned for maliciously, willfully obstructing, hindering, and delaying the use of all the utilities. Now, Sheriff, I would like to have my sons today. Yes. Mhm. Then I'd like to use the International Criminal Court. Yes. To have you prosecuted for war crimes. Yes. Because of your support of domestic terrorism, or you're manufacturing look-alike citizens, yes, that could be false witnesses against them when you were arresting them. Yes, he was. Now, the sooner that you remove your fraud, the quicker I am to be able to get all your assets. Yes. And considering you've been obstructing me for the last 4 years, it would be a really nice day today. It'd be a nice day.